Hey guys, so in this video, we're going to look at 9 advanced Season X tips and tricks, including useful box fighting edits, ways to rotate while being completely protected, and even a way to get guaranteed kills with grenades. Epic has recently been adding a ton of hidden features and elements to the game without really telling anyone. As you'll see, almost all of these tricks were not explicitly mentioned in the patch notes, meaning most people don't know about them or that they even exist. The people that do know about them are the top tier pro players that I learned them from. As always, the format of this video will be as follows. I'll show what the trick is, why it works, and then an in-game example if applicable. We have a ton to cover, so let's start with a useful new ramp edit you all need to learn. One of the most frustrating things in Fortnite is when you're pressuring someone's turtle from the top, get control of their builds, and completely outplay them with a Kuna classic, all to die because they expected the edit. What we can do instead to catch them off guard is edit the ramp you place over them into a spiral stairs. As you make the edit, position yourself where the top of the railing ends, so when you confirm it, you end up phasing through, and can then shoot wherever you want in the box. In game and when you actually do it to an opponent, just make sure you use the blueprint to help you line yourself up. That way you'll be able to hit them instead of screwing up the phasing part and having your shot get blocked. From your opponent's perspective, they'll be thrown off by the spiral stairs edit, and they'll have absolutely no clue how they got shot through the ramp. A player that does this a lot is RazorX, who's not a pro, but the dude is still insanely skilled. In 1v1s, he'll often block off his opponents with a ramp as they're trying to do a cone jump. Then, as they're stuck under it, he'll quickly use the edit trick I just showed to get an unexpected shot off. All in all, however you do decide to use it, you'll definitely surprise your opponent if you can make the play fast enough. Second trick is the new safest way to rotate with bubble shields. All you need to do is stick the bubble shield to an object, like a hoverboard, and you can rotate as far as you can without being shot, until of course, the bubble shield runs out. The one thing about bubble shields that are annoying is that you're not able to stick it to yourself. But you can stick it to objects like a mech and completely demolish people while taking no damage. You can even stick it to a bush that you're wearing because that's technically an object. The best part is that all of these different things you can throw a bubble shield on top of make for some sick ways to rotate. For example, in scrims, if you have to rotate with a launch pad as a trio, stick a teammate wearing a bush with the bubble shield, and your whole team can get a free rotation using the launch pad. In solos, if you line it up correctly, you can shockwave the bubble shield and yourself at the same time to protect you. The even more popular trio trick is keeping a hoverboard for the mid game, then have one person hop onto the hoverboard that you stuck with a bubble shield and have them slowly move and hoverboard into zone. The other two teammates not on the hoverboard can stay inside the shield and basically act as bodyguards for anyone trying to come into the shield zone. This method is a lot more feasible than the other because hoverboards are way more available than mechs or launch pads and bushes. Altogether though, if you guys are having trouble rotating in the trio tournaments, make sure you take bubble shields, as this is 100% the safest and easiest way to rotate. Since we're on the topic of rotating, the third trick is the best and fastest way to shockwave rotate as a trio. The first way that came out was a very long and convoluted way to do it, where you need a ramp one tile in front and below you, then edit the ramp that you're on into a half spiral stairs and have one person sit on top of it while the other two people stand below it. This method works pretty well, but in most late game situations, you will rarely ever have the space or time to set it up. What I'm Speedy Gonzalez came up with are two different tricks. The first one is when you want to rotate straight north, south, east, or west. What you want to do is edit the floor in half and then jump up on the railing. Aim the shockwave where the floor meets the wall, jump up, and you should basically land on top of each other. The other way for northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest rotations is to make a diagonal edit with the floor, then jump up on the railing, get your teammates shoulder to shoulder, aim at where the floor and the other railing meet, jump up, and again, you should land pretty close to each other. Speedy says the key to landing close is to start holding W after you're in midair, and not before. you'll always see Bugha's trio using one of these shockwave tricks. So from now on, instead of just randomly throwing a shockwave and hoping your trio will land together, start using Speedy's methods. Number 4 on our list is a strategy to get guaranteed grenade kills. First thing you want to do is mark the center of your enemy's base. Check how many meters your opponents are away from you and how many levels they are above you. In this case, we're assuming they're sitting on the 2nd level. Then, look at this picture and find the distance and height for your specific situation. For this example, I would look at 56 meters and 2 levels, which corresponds to 80%. The percentages just mean how high up you should angle the grenades on the marker. So you want to line up the grenade with the marker and put it at whatever height the chart shows, where 0% is the bottom or the ground, and 100% is the top of the marker. These are going to be rough estimates, but anything in that relative percentage range should do the trick. And just know, this does work from whatever angle you're at, and any distance between 55 and 70 meters. When you look at the chart though, most of the percentages are between 80% and 90%, so you don't always have to pull up the graph. Pulling up the percentages would be more practical in trio scrims and tournaments where everyone is just sitting and waiting around in a box during the mid-game. You'll have way more than enough time to set the measurements up, and with 3 people chucking grenades, you can easily wipe full trios with ease. Not only will they never see it coming, but they won't hear it or have enough time to react to build away. Credit for this trick goes to the Solary Fortnite pro players for finding it out, as well as Eon Chris, who made a Twitter video showcasing it. Fifth up is a new and sometimes quicker way to open chests and ammo boxes. If you guys did not know, Epic just recently made it so when you destroy chests or ammo boxes, you still get the loot. At first, I didn't really see this being too useful, but it's actually a lot faster to open ammo boxes this way, and it makes it faster to open certain chests like those on the roof of buildings. So now, instead of breaking through the ceiling, looting the chests, and going back down, you can just break the tile under the chest and continue to loot. Plus, you get a little extra material from farming now. Altogether, this is a pretty cool little change in how you should be looting from now on. Number 6 is another quick trick involving the new Pandora Rift zone. As long as you don't take any damage within the Pandora zone for 4 seconds, you start to gain shield. The trick is whenever the bus is going north and you want to land at Paradise Palms, you can pull your glider a little early and get full shield on the way there. Just make sure you stay within the Pandora zone and you'll have no problem getting 100 shield while gliding in. The underrated part is that most people tend to land at the hotel or the back houses, so even though you are landing late, you'll have the whole front side of Paradise to yourself and full shield off spawn. The next trick is actually 2 tricks that I'm going to count as one because both have to do with the new Zap Trap item. The first one is that you can actually replace edited walls with the Zap Trap. Anytime you throw a Zap Trap on your opponent's wall that's been edited, it for some reason becomes yours. I'm not even kidding, the wall just gets rebuilt as your own and then you can edit and do whatever you want with it. The other trick is that you're able to prevent Zap Traps from being placed on a wall you own by holding an edit on it. Literally, just tap to edit the wall, but don't select any of the tiles to confirm it. Once you're holding the edit, any Zap Traps thrown at the wall just bounce off onto the ground. Again, I really can't explain how they work, but if you want every advantage possible, it's good to know how to do them and that they do exist. Second to last trick is more of an update on how you should be approaching box fights from now on. After Epic changed turbo building back, they added a 0.15 second delay on rebuilding a structure in the same position. What this means is that getting into boxes is now extremely easy. With any gun, you can easily break and jump through it because of how long the delay is to rebuild the wall. This also means that all the advanced methods I've shown before are a lot easier to pull off as a result. So whether you're the person trying to get into the box or you're the person turtling, it's basically impossible to stop people trying to break straight through your builds now. The last and final trick is a pretty overpowered strategy you can use with a mech. We all know how insane the loot is at retail because of the zombie spawners. Once you break one of them, it's pretty much the same as opening a care package. Well, if you have a mech, you can actually one-shot the zombie spawners by jumping up and stomping on them. This was popularized by Mongraal and is a big reason you'll see his trio have like 15 launch pads in a tournament game. So if you land retail and a mech is nearby, make sure you get it and you'll be stacked with loot by the time you need to rotate. Overall, those were 9 tips and tricks that I know will help you guys out. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and to turn on post notifications. Thank you to everyone using code Jarian. I've been posting more frequently on Instagram, so go follow me there. Let's try to hit 10K. Otherwise, that's it from me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.